What is up, everybody? You are watching Rock Racing TV, and I am Matthew Holt.
And I'm Bree Molitor, and that radio was really loud in my ears. Welcome to CRRS number 3 at Rush Springs Ranch. We are going to go over to Zach and check out the national anthem that they've got prepared for us today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get this thing crunk up for everything y'all came to see. But like all good events, we're going to start it off with the national anthem. So this is your chance to stand up, take your hat off. The flag is on top of the production trailer right there, and we're going to have the beautiful Zelma sing it for you. If you don't want to stand, if you would like to kneel, that is fine, but know that we are a safety-based organization, and if you kneel for this anthem, we cannot guarantee your safety. Miss Zelma.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Give it up for her. That's a heck of a job. Thank you so much, Miss Zelma. That was absolutely beautiful, much like myself. I'm just playing. But the singing was wonderful. We want any sport to survive.
Check. All right, and we're back. That was Zach down there with our national anthem. We got that out of the way. We're getting ready to kick off here. We are in Pineville, Missouri, and I'm excited to be here. I love this track because of the short course area. It's a lot of fun. I think you're definitely going to see some high speeds yesterday. They did come out and water the track, I guess, right before dusk last night. I was talking to Michael. He said we got about 9 drops of rain. So hopefully that'll keep the dust down today.
We're definitely grateful for the water truck that they've had running out here for the last couple days. Like Matt said, we're in Pineville, Missouri at Rush Springs Ranch. We had the owners, Russ and Lynette, talking with us a little bit yesterday at the beginning of the show and talking about some of the changes that they made and things to get ready, this hillside behind us that we're racing on this weekend. So we're glad to be back here. This is the CRRS number 3 presented by CA Tech this weekend. We've only got 2 races left for the season, so we're winding down here, but lots of racing still to come today. We're going to start with our youth class, and then we've got UTV Bounty and the Bouncers. 2 courses for all of them. So we've got a full day of racing, plus we've got our 2 classes of RCs still ahead. I see some young drivers sitting on the starting line. I do believe we're about ready to kick things off here today.
And the fans are literally flooding in as we're getting ready to kick off here. So,
as always, make sure you guys are watching from the Rock Racing TV Facebook page. That's where Matt and I are watching from, and we want to be able to see your comments, answer your questions, and interact with you guys. So head on over to that Rock Racing TV Facebook page.
Sounds like we got Brantley Havens on the line. Again, these guys all got to pre-run the course a little bit this morning, so they were all out there pre-running. Again, this is Brantley Havens. He came and gave me one of the stickers this morning. Got that 2 weeks racing crew.
A lot of our young drivers were out here last night putting in lap after lap, getting ready. I know Clara and Ava and Gatlin for sure were out here. I'm not sure if any others put in some laps as well. I think Brantley just rolled in this morning, but he is definitely no stranger to racing. He has joined us for most of the season so far this year. And he is sitting third in points overall right now coming into this weekend.
Tiffany Porter says, make sure you do an interview with Jackie Jack today. We got you.
Tiffany, I barely got a picture of Jack this morning. I don't know if we're going to actually get him to speak on camera.
Rock Life Off-Road tuning in there. Chad Muller as well. Scott Marr, what's up, everybody? Glad to see everybody jumping in on a live feed. Again, it's great for the people who can't make it. All our viewership in other countries and on different continents tuning in. That's always cool to see. Getting one racing in Missouri this weekend. Again, Brantley Havens is our first racer this morning. This is our youth class in the UTV. We also have kicking off after this will be our UTV Bounty series, followed by Rock Bouncers.
Brantley representing for that Rock Life Off-Road team. We are listening about a possibility that Brantley got a little bit off course.
Justin Wills is talking on the radio. He's, we have a handful of dads and some course workers out there, and they said
we've got them all stationed
yes.
spread out on the track. We've got dads and volunteers.
Yes,
helping to direct all of the young drivers.
And they were saying he went off course, but it wasn't an advantage. Yeah, they're saying that he may have went around one of the corners or something, but it would not have been an advantage, so they'll go ahead and leave his time.
And that time was 113.815 for Brantley Havens. Thanks for joining us this morning on Hillside Live, everybody. If you are just tuning in, we have just gotten started, so good timing. We just had Brantley Havens out on the course, our first driver for the youth class. We are at Rush Springs Ranch in Pineville, Missouri today. We started things off with our national anthem sung live out here. And now it looks like we've got, is that Clara Hoback? Ella Coots on the line.
Okay.
Ella Coots, she is 5 years old. We've got 3 young ladies, all from the Coots racing team out here, and they're all driving the same vehicle. This is Ella Coots right now. Billy McGraw, we might trade you a little bit of that. Maybe we could find a happy medium in temperatures between where you are in Michigan and where we are here in Missouri.
What's up, Wyatt Wilson? He races side-by-side previously with us. Now he's upgraded to that big bouncer class. He had a pretty epic run at Wildcat. Or Hawk Pride, I mean. Rock Life Off-Road said Brantley was the winner of our youth contest this past winter. He had to submit a written essay to earn that sponsorship, which I think is super neat.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I like to see off-road companies doing things for kids and helping them, understand racing is good, but you also need, other aspects of racing. Again, that's a lot of people who learn the marketing aspect. There's a lot of writing involved with that. Wyatt says good morning, guys. Love their kids racing. It is absolutely awesome to watch the kids racing. I would say it's so cute, which some of them are offended by. They're like, it's not cute, we're racing. But it is really adorable.
Once they get past about 8 or 9 years old, maybe they don't appreciate the...
But it really is.
Us calling them cute.
Yeah.
But they are. But you know what? They take it really seriously. And these young drivers out here, especially our kind of core group of drivers, are like Gatlin, Clara, Brantley, Dallas, Ava, they've all been really consistent racing with us this season, and I think we could definitely see a marked difference in their driving styles and how comfortable they are, and just their attitude when they get out here. And even Gatlin still told me this morning that I asked if she was ready, and she's like, I got the jitters.
That's funny.
And I was like, you know what, girl, I still get that too before I race. Like, that's totally normal.
Yeah,
I was going to go out and have fun.
I concur. I think that I have seen a big, confidence boost in them as well. I was going to say that, I just think I've seen them become a lot more confident, but I think comfortable might be a better word. They get more comfortable.
And that was a 132.470 for Ella Coots. And yeah, when you're this age, this is probably the first thing you've ever driven besides like a Barbie Jeep. So they talk about needing to learn, get some seat time and just get used to driving something. So these guys are doing awesome out here. I've really enjoyed the addition of the youth class this season. We've got Ava Garner on the starting line now. Ava was putting down some fast laps last night.
She was
just doing her thing. I don't think she even knew how fast she was going. She was just out here having a good time.
Hitting the jumps pretty aggressively.
I see Zach out there.
Just cheering her on.
Go, go, go.
Again, some of these guys hit the jumps, guys and gals hit these jumps, almost wide open throttle. So we were watching a couple of them last night. Gatlin Wills was down there hitting the big jumps, seeing how fast she could go. And again, I think that comfortability level there, the more you race the track, especially like the short course, you see these big jumps, and then once you realize, hey, I can go fast on this, it's kind of fun and exciting to watch them.
They go a little faster and faster each time.
Again, she is jumping those jumps. Definitely pushing that buggy as fast as it'll go. Hugging that inside corner.
I think Ava gets some of her driving style from her dad. If anybody knows Zach Garner, then you understand that.
Yes. Oh, wow.
All right.
Leaping out the top there.
There it is. 107.214. Well done, Ava. Hey, Taylor. Can you turn the radio down a little, please? It's a little distracting when you've got 4 people talking in your ears.
They're talking about.
Wyatt Wilson says he's planning on racing at Bikini Bottoms. Side by side and bouncer. I think that means that we'll have Hunter Vargo on the starting line now, but we'll get that confirmed.
Wyatt Wilson said he's planning on racing the unvaxxed bouncer. No? Okay. And the super.
Yeah, so we'll be seeing several of our drivers that are MIA today, or this weekend, we'll be seeing at Bikini Bottoms. Glad for that. We're going to talk some more about the race at Bikini Bottoms when we've got a break a little bit later today. There are some details that if you missed us talking about yesterday, we want to let you guys know. Our next 2 races, which is going to wrap up the season for us, are both unique. So we're going to tell you guys some more about some of those details. So Bikini Bottoms, and then finals will be at Mid-America. This is Hunter Vargo. This is his 2nd race ever. And funny story, so we are all the way in Pineville, Missouri, guys. And I asked them if they were from around here, and his dad is like, no, we're not. Like 9.5 hours. And Hunter says, we're from Tennessee. I said, what? Me too. So what part of Tennessee? And they said, Murfreesboro. Like, what? That's where I'm from.
Yeah.
So, small world.
That's That's so funny that
Hunter,
you guys
Fargo.
are from the same town.
Yeah, but we're 10 hours away from
10 hours from
now.
home.
So Hunter is representing for Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I believe he said he's 8 years old. He raced at AOP. I think it was in June when I was at the event, June or July. They had a side-by-side race. So AOP is Adventure Off-Road Park, and that is one that is local for us Middle Tennessee folks. They've got another race coming up October 15th, side-by-side race. You guys can check that out if you're in that area and interested. He's got a good smooth run going on this short course right now.
That's super funny. You guys bumped each other here,
Yeah.
10 hours from home, and yet you live 10 minutes apart.
Yep. Well, these days with traffic in Murfreesboro, it's about a solid 25 minutes. That was a very good smooth run from Hunter.
One 114.112.
114. Sorry, guys, we had the radios turned down too much now.
114.112. Got Dallas Heckley coming up.
All right, this is Dallas Heckley.
I think we're about 90% girl right now in our youth class.
I think that's pretty accurate.
It's great to see all the dads and course workers out there. Like on every apex of a turn, we have a staff member or a dad. They're all cheering them on.
This is a long course for these kids, and a lot of twists and turns. They have a lot to remember being out here, especially if they didn't get in any practice, any pre-running.
All joking aside, we need the same thing for adults sometimes. We saw several guys get lost.
Matt's like, can I get a volunteer to come out and point me
you think,
in the right direction?
You think I'm kidding? Like, I'm dead serious. Yeah, that's Jay Stewart's out there cheering on his granddaughter. We all were laughing this morning. We're like, we're going to get GPSs for these?
GPS is like, turn left at the next tree.
Yes.
And 200 yards.
Yes.
Veer right.
By that time, you're already gone past the tree and the rock and anything else. Over the tree, through the tree, over to Grandma's house. Yeah. Yeah. When it rolls over, it'll be like rerouting.
Make a U-turn.
Redirecting.
At the next available opportunity.
Calculating.
Looking good, Dallas. I think it's fun that a lot of our young drivers, it's their dads that are involved already in either UTV or bouncer racing or both. So it just seems natural, you know, to bring the kids in and involve them. And a lot of them have a miniature version. You know, they wrap it the same. 140.470 for Dallas Heckley. But
Clara Holback coming to the line.
like Gatlin, for instance, they repainted hers to match the kind of pink and green, purple and green color scheme that her dad's bouncer that got going on. So
And race suit, custom matching race suits and shirts.
Cute. They all match the livery.
It is.
As we like to say.
Last night, we all got the same hotel room. They all have pink toes, all of them.
Oh my gosh. Makes them drive faster?
Joe, you're laughing. I was like, you get petties? He's like, yes, I get petties too. Have a little spot we go to. They take kind kind of a bougie place. It's
Maybe
nice.
you need some turquoise toenails. Will
after
that make you drive faster?
His little pink gels, I was like, maybe I need some turquoise. You know, a little teal. You know?
Increases the blood flow to your feet, helps you push that skinny pedal.
Put some little white decorations on there, you know? Put a white 13 on there.
Let's not go too crazy. Clara Hoback. She got in lots of practice laps last night.
There were several of our youth drivers down here making some hot laps. Making sure, mainly I think they wanted to make sure they had the course set up properly. Make sure they had pretty confident. Again, once you put the helmet on, strap in, and you're in race mode, it's a little bit different animal, but you see Jay Storts out there just jogging down the course.
I think this might be the longest course that we've had for the youth class
probably ever
so far this year. Definitely close to it. That is one of the fun things about the park that we're at. We're at Rush Springs Ranch in Pineville, Missouri, and they've got this great short course section that we get to incorporate into the races when we come here, as well as the big hillside behind us for plenty hill climb action as well. One of the cool things about all the different parks that we race at is how we can incorporate all the different terrain, the different aspects that they have that make them all unique. Bikini Bottoms has the big hillside, the concrete slab. We've got our short course out here and the giant hillside behind us.
Wow, that's a quick time.
112.128 for Clara Hoback.
Good enough for second place.
Ava Garner still in the lead right now with a 107. Clara now in second with a 112.
Did he say 102?
I heard 112.
And then he corrected himself, I think. Okay.
Clara Hoback is sitting second in points right now.
Wow.
Coming into this weekend for the season. It looks like we might have another one of the Coots clan on the starting line. All right, can we get a confirmation on the driver? We've got three of them all sharing the same vehicle. This is either Eva Coots or Molly Bogue. My clue was that that's Adam Coots standing right there, so I know it's one of the two that hasn't raced yet of the Coots team. He brought a whole passel of them out this weekend. If you guys are just joining us, thanks for tuning in to Hillside Live. We are at Rush Springs Ranch in Pineville, Missouri this weekend. This is the CRRS number 3, presented by CA Tech, our last central race for the season. We will next be at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park in Dyersburg, Tennessee in a couple weeks, and we have some details to share with you guys about that one if you missed us talking about it yesterday. And then, of course, finals will be at the end of October at Mid-America Outdoors in Jay, Oklahoma. We got some fun stuff to talk about for that event as well. So I'm just going to string you guys along here, and you're going to have to keep listening if you want to know what's happening for those races.
It's like to be continued.
Yeah. Everybody hates to be continueds, though.
That was the worst thing as a kid when they're like to be continued. You're like, no!
All right, and this is Molly Bogue on the starting line. Adam told me this is his bonus daughter.
His bonus daughter.
Yep.
That's cute.
So we had Ella Coots, Eva Coots, and Molly Bogue all driving the same 200 out here today. This is Molly's first race ever with us. Hopefully, Ella and Eva maybe gave her some pointers.
Yeah, they were all out here, I think, doing a little pre-running last night.
If you're just joining us, we are a little over halfway through our UTV youth class, course 1. We've got a handful of drivers left. Ava Garner's in the lead right now with a 107, followed by Clara Hoback with a 112, Brantley Havens with a 113, and Hunter Vargo with a 114. Molly Bogue out on the course right now. And once we wrap up our youth class, we're going to go into UTV Bounty, and then, of course, the bouncers. And as usual, we'll take a quick break and be back for round 2 for all of our classes. And we'll be following that up with RC metal and plastic classes racing later today. Whole lot of racing going on at Rush Springs Ranch this weekend.
I'm going to say a Pinto is turned in from Brazil, I believe. I think that's the Brazilian flag.
Alston Tidwell says he'll be at Bikini Bottoms as well. Nice. Sounds like we're going to be seeing a lot of folks that are MIA this weekend back in action at Bikini Bottoms. And you might notice that we, especially once we get into the Bounty and Bouncer class later and start using the hillside behind us, we've got a long course laid out for the drivers this weekend. And that was intentional. Clyde said in the drivers meeting yesterday that, let me get this time. 121.066 for Molly Bogue. But that was intentional to give the drivers plenty of seat time. It's a long trip out here to Pineville, Missouri, and we didn't want just one of those, 18-second drag races up a hill and then it's over and that's it for the weekend. So wanted the drivers to have a nice long course to come out and get some good seat time on. We've got a little bit of everything out here today. Gatlin Wheels with that fresh color scheme.
Oh, yeah, that Digging Deeper race crew. Again, Gatlin has the same wrap as her dad, Justin Wills.
Tiffany, we miss you being here too, but I'm glad we're going to see you at the next couple. Crazy that we're only 2 races left after this weekend for the season. So Gatlin is sitting first in points right now coming into this weekend for the youth class. We'll see if she can hang on to that. Her time to beat right now is 107 by Ava Garner. Ava was laying down some very fast laps last night.
She was pre-running the heck out of that short course.
I don't think she even knew that she had some of the fastest laps because she was just out here. She looked like she was kind of singing to herself.
And somebody, I think
she was just doing her thing, having a good time.
Yeah, Adam that had a stopwatch down here that was timing them, to see what their times were. And again, like I said, they were all pushing it pretty hard.
Serious business.
Oh, yeah.
Brian, yeah, Disney is definitely going to be insane. I have never been to Disney, so we're going to talk some more about that as far as finals.
Ooh.
113.638.
Wow.
That is enough to push Brantley Havens down a spot. Matt, can you let us know where all the kids are standing?
All right. Ava
now?
Garner still sitting at number 1 spot at 107. Claire Holback squeaking in right behind her at 112. Gatlin Wills at Brantley Haven are 3rd and 4th, with both running a 113. Hunter at 114. Molly at 121. Ella at 132. And Dallas at 140. And we do have Blake Heckley on the line.
All right, next up, Blake Heckley. Cindy. Woo! Yeah. Oh, yeah. You little stats riding on this one, baby. Let's go, let's go.
She's so little.
The helmet is like just bobbling in there.
Or if I can hear Daniel out there, her dad, like, go, go.
It's so cute. It's her helmet barely sees over the steering wheel. Like, go, go, go.
Too cute. You can see the encouragement down there from
Jay. He's like, come on, go, go. I think she has to have the least amount of weight in the vehicle.
Probably.
Again, some of our course workers down there. Justin Holback and Jay Stortz down there helping her make sure she stays on course.
That's not Justin. Is that not? I can't tell who that is. Justin's out at the starting line, though.
Oh.
That is Big Bertha down there, though.
I see it.
I can see how you would get confused.
Yeah.
I don't know how she got down there.
It looks similar built to Justin, and he's next to Justin side by side.
It was definitely, you used your context clues.
I did.
They just led you astray.
And he's usually near the course helping them.
There we go. Jay pointing the way
go,
again.
Go.
Hey, we haven't had anybody get lost out here or have to turn around.
It's Brantley Haven's dad.
Oh, yep, you're right. There you go. So kudos to these kids for putting in the time and practice and paying attention to all of our course helpers out there to make sure they stay on track. Ashley Callahan, they're fun to watch, aren't they?
They are.
So this is Blake Heckley, and then we've got Eva Coots, and then I think that is, I think that's going to wrap things up for course 1 for our youth class. I don't know if there, she's moving good now. All right, we had a little bit of a pause there, so
I think she's checking to make sure she knew where she was going. Again, I think she's 6 years old.
Most of our drivers range from about 5 to 12-ish, I think.
Yeah.
I wish these things had been around when I was a kid.
I know.
Didn't have this option.
I got to see Brantley Haven's sticker this morning. He got me one, and it's pretty cool. And I was like, I'm so jelly that I did not get to have one of those. 182.765.
Good job,
for Blake. And again, I was just thinking how jelly I am that I did not have this available when I was their age. I was like 11 eating sand out of a sandbox probably. Playing with my Matchbox cars.
I think I had a Barbie Jeep.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I'm probably around this 5 years old. All right, this is Ava Coots on the line, and she is our last driver for Course 1 in the youth class. Brian, that sounds like it'd be pretty fun. We got to keep building up the youth class here. I love having the youth class this year and how it gives a way for the kids that are already here for the most part. Not all of them have a dad that's also racing, but many of them do, and they're all here anyway, so now it's just another way for the family to be even more involved and everybody, you know, have their thing that they can do. Either, this is Eva Coots, either with RC racing or jumping in the youth class like this, or even some of our younger drivers that are in the UTV class, our UTV stock or cup class. Got to get everybody involved out here. And then you've got the little ones like Collier Hoback,
yes,
who is over there with his little miniature monster trucks playing in the dirt, and that he is
just enjoying
having
life.
a great time. He's living his best life out here. Bryant, yeah. I think that might not be real fair. All right, Eva's coming into the finish line.
Waiting on Eva's time.
.109.553. Well
wow.
done, Eva. That's a second place time.
Oh, yeah. So our leaderboard is Ava Garner coming in first with a 107. Eva's coming in second with a 109. Claire Hobart came in third with a 112. Gatlin Wills coming fourth with a 113. Brantley Haven right behind her with a 113 as well, with fifth. Hunter in sixth. Molly in seventh. Dallas in ninth. And Blake Heckley in 10th. That will be your top 10 for the youth class.
All right. Well done to all of our youth competitors.
Again, that was our youth class we just wrapped up. Now we're going to kick off the same course for the UTV Bounty Series as well as Big Rock Bouncers. And it's going to be a lot longer course than most of our used to.
Not the same as the youth class course.
Yes, yes, yes.
That wouldn't be quite
yes.
right. But the UTV Bounty runs the same course as our bouncer class. So they are going to get lined up and ready for that. I'm not sure if we have to move. I don't think we have to move any tape, but I see some drivers out checking out the hill. This might be a good time to talk about bikini bottoms then. And one of the things that obviously makes that special, we haven't been able to do in the past couple years, but they're coming back this year, and it's our Icelandic Formula off-road teams. We haven't seen them since 2019. But for several years before that, we had the pleasure of them joining us for when we had our finals at Bikini Bottoms, and they ship over their race teams and all their vehicles and parts, and it's just one big racing party at Bikini Bottoms. So we're super excited that they're going to be able to come back and join us. That's going to be October 7th through 9th. We will be racing Friday and Saturday as usual, and they will be racing Friday and Saturday with us as well. We're going to be kind of alternating, and then they're racing on Sunday also. So you guys will be able to watch that live, or if you go to Bikini Bottoms, you might want to plan to stick around through Sunday if you want to watch the Icelandic racers. Taylor, you got our promo video? Let's watch that so you guys can have an idea of what we're talking about.
And we are back. Again, you can hear some of the bouncers in the background. We have everybody getting ready for side-by-sides and big bouncers are getting ready to kick off. These are the side-by-sides race Bounty Series, so they race the exact same course as bouncers, which is a lot more difficult. That's why it's more of a Bounty Series versus the a normal like a Cup Series or stock class. A lot more aggressive. We have some big. The first course I don't think will be too difficult for a lot of side-by-sides. It's pretty similar to what they did, other than one little hill. I say little hill. It's a big rock ledge. Other than that, it'll be pretty similar to what they raced yesterday. Second course, however, is going to have a lot more ups and downs against some pretty gnarly stuff. So, good luck to those guys. We're gonna show you the map here on the screen. Again, this is the UTV series and the Bouncer series as well. They're going to come out and go over the same rock pile, hit a little dirt hill, go up the same first hill we raced last year, go to the very top, come around the little return road that they had yesterday. They have the entire loop of the short course section, a couple of high bank ovals, which I'm excited to watch, and they come back through, hit a little rock wall there, concrete wall, and then go to the finish line. They moved some flags around for them a little bit, so that's, again, going to be the first course for the UTV Bounty and the Big Rock Bouncers. So
not only are you going to get to watch what they do, you are going to be out there driving it, too.
I haven't went out there and pre-ran the short course, but I did a few years ago. I ran it a bunch till I had a tire that came off the bead. We just kept running it. There was Bubba, Bacon was down there, Larry Krogh, Jake Pike, and there was about 6 of us just having a blast and really enjoying the short course. Because, again, the faster you go, the funner it is. So, Bubba Bacon, Big Tim Bacon was down there, Keith. We were all just having a great time. And at one point, my bouncer was broke. Keith had something wrong with his. We were all kind of all laughing, hanging out in the middle of the short course section, just having a really good time. And it was the night before the race, obviously, just enjoying and relaxing. You know, it was a good time.
That course does look like a lot of fun. I wish I had Big Booty Judy out here this weekend.
It would be perfect for this course, too. Some long, big jumps, some big high bank ovals. I think you would absolutely enjoy it.
We've got Clay Kaysen watching. Clay, how are you feeling today?
Yeah. I heard he's going to be here later today.
Took a little bit of a tumble into a tree yesterday. So, how you doing? How you feeling? Bryant, we've got 6 drivers in the Bounty class today. Not quite as many as usual, but as we're kind of winding down in the season, and this park is a little bit of a trek, to get out here to Missouri for many of our drivers. So pretty typical for what we see out here. It's a beautiful day today at Rush Springs Ranch. We are in Pineville, Missouri, and we just completed course 1 for our UTV youth class. As Matt said, we're about to get started on Bounty. We've got Cooper Bentley on the starting line. After Bounty, we'll go into the Bouncers, take our short afternoon break, and be back with round 2 for everybody. So full day of racing still to come. Thank you guys for joining us here on Hillside Live.
Again, with Cooper Bentley in line, he actually raced yesterday with a UTV Cup Series. Took a little bit of a tumble, rolled through the finish line. Still got to end up getting a time, though, so that was kind of exciting to watch, a little excitement. Again, he might be up in that running for that Skinny Pedal Award. Speaking of Skinny Pedal, Justin Wills was our announcer we announced yesterday of our Skinny Pedal Award.
That's right. Justin won from our last race at Hollywood, so he is going to get a cool trophy to commemorate that wild ride that he took.
Ooh, getting a little squirrely up top there. Again, this is such a steep hill, and it's got loose dirt on it. You want to make sure you keep that buggy pointing straight up the hill. So you can see him get a little squirrely as he was coming to that tree. Again, he chose to take that far left line uphill. Again, a little bit of a downhill jump there, coming down that rock ledge. You can see a couple little jumps there as he's coming down, then hits the short course section. Again, I think you're going to see some of these guys absolutely fly through the short course section.
Whatever you can see through the dust,
anyway. Yes.
Par for the course out here.
Again, they did come out and water the course last night, and then a little bit this morning.
Get it?
Par for the course. Look at this guy over there. I tell you. Bree and her dad jokes.
Brian, you guys are really shooting for the stars, huh? Way to dream big.
Glide into that corner.
Cooper Bentley is second in points in the Bounty class right now, coming into this weekend.
Whoa. Again, that was Cooper Bentley. That was a 114.105. Again, that was our very first racer of the UTV Bounty. So if you guys are just tuning in, we're here at Rush Springs Ranch in Pineville, Missouri. Again, we're just kicking off the side-by-side Bounty series. Shortly after that, we're doing big bouncers. Got Tyler Bradley on the line. Again, he's one of our regular season drivers in the Cup Series as well. So his rig will be doing double duty this weekend, which a lot of those drivers do have breakages on Friday. So you know, kind of scrambling, getting everything put back together. Get it put back together so they can come and race on Saturday as well. So appreciate all our guys that do multiple classes. I know Dan Carter's another one of those guys that does multiple classes. Ooh, getting a little squirrely up there. Again, we saw Cooper Bentley get that kind of squirrely in that same area. You want to...
That's your favorite technical term, isn't it, Matt?
Well, it's just...
Getting squirrely. Oh, that's a little extra dose of squirrely there.
Man, you hate to see that.
All right, I think it's about time for our regularly spaced announcements of this hill is a lot steeper in person than it looks on camera. Keep that in mind as you're watching. Especially if you have never been able to make it to a race in person. I know that's a lot of people can't do that. So we're glad to have you join us on Hillside Live. But that's why we just try and give you guys a reminder that the on-camera perspective is just not the same as it is being out here in person. Seeing what these hills look like, seeing what the ledges that they're climbing or the jumps that they're going over are in person. Everything is so different. So keep that in mind when you're watching at home and you're like, oh, I could have took my stock, I don't know, Cherokee up that.
I hear that all the time. Oh, my Cherokee on 35 doesn't make that. I'm like, yeah, my bounce, we got a replay. All right. Again, you can kind of see him. He gets a little bit squirrely right behind that, kind of gets off course because they have to kind of make a right hand and a left hand turn. A couple of ledges, and there's some stumps up there. I don't know if he caught a ledge or a stump or just kind of barely caught it and tipped him over. And then his buggy's sliding down the hill. Again, like Bree said, it's so incredibly steep, and a lot of it's loose dirt. So looks like he's out of the buggy. I said a lot of times most drivers, if it's going to be a real quick recovery, they don't even unstrap. They just say, all right, I'll wait here. Just flip me back over. They're taking a vehicle to the top of the hill, and I heard they're going to hook on and then flip him over once they have a vehicle strapped onto him.
Good morning, Jeremy. Brian says he tried racing them hills is too big. You know what, Brian? I'm not even a huge fan of me personally driving the giant hills either these days. I really like the short course aspect.
It is
racing.
A lot of fun.
I tried it at Visions last year, and I'm a fan. But it is definitely entertaining to watch these crazy drivers out here take on the giant hills like Matt Holt himself.
Yep.
Gonna show everyone what's up later.
You know what? We had a great time at the last park. Everybody did well.
Yeah.
And it was some difficult stuff. You know.
You did great.
Good times. Got some points on the board. Started nipping on Jack Attack's heels. He said he was able to tear it apart and had some bad injectors.
Yep.
So
he finally got Venom behaving, I think.
Yeah. So hopefully he'll do well today. Excited to see that. Zach was up there yelling at Tyler Bradley on the hill. He's like, "You can't park there. You can't."
I'm sure he would rather not.
Yes. Zach is our resident honorary announcer.
I'm sure Tyler's just glad that his buggy stayed there.
Yes.
And didn't start any more movement down the hill.
Yeah. We were talking this morning about rollovers and how you just want to kind of give it enough gas to try to get it where it's pointing downhill so you can hopefully kind of ride it out or at least do some braking. If you're going to have a very quick descent, at least you can try to be somewhat in control of it. Kind of halfway point in the direction you'd like to go. It doesn't always work out that way. All right.
Scott, looks like we've got about 16 or 17 bouncer drivers on the list today. So that will be coming pretty soon after we finish our course one for our UTV Bounty class. While they finish getting Tyler recovered off the hill, we are going to let you guys watch these wonderful messages from some of our sponsors, and we'll see you in a minute.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Power ply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it when I bounce her. Grab yourself some new merch today.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerply XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
What you want? What you want? No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time. Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend, the new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig, the Baja Legend MTZ. Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend, the new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound, Powerply 3-ply construction, improved 4-pitch side biters, proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig, the Baja Legend MTZ.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
Try and start running some lines if you want, like get your introduction. Yeah. I know you say you do a couple takes. If you want to try and do it one, we'll try. But
give me we're going to do everything in one take. It's going to be smooth. It's going to be one take. It's going to be nailed it. Hashtag nailed it.
Hashtag, is that what that is? That is a hashtag. Look at that.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Powerply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
Try and start running some lines if you want, like get your introduction. I know you say you do a couple takes. If you want to try and do it one, we'll try. But
give me we're going to do everything in one take. It's going to be smooth. It's going to be one take. It's going to be nailed it. Hashtag nailed it.
Hashtag, is that what that is? That is a hashtag. Look at that.
That was awesome. That's my boy Dan Carter.
Hashtag nailed it.
Hashtag nailed it. I love that. That is so cute.
We love Dan. That is going to be, that was a little teaser for his upcoming Highway to the Hill episode. So if you guys aren't familiar with that series that Nick and Dylan have been working on this season, they have been following our several of our season drivers around their lives for a few days at a time and going to where their work, their business, following them to the races and seeing what that whole process looks like, just so you guys can get to know who they are as people and not just when they're strapped into the buggy and racing on the hill. So a great kind of behind-the-scenes look into the lives of some of our drivers who are now reality TV stars.
Yes,
apparently.
Yes, which is a good time.
They feel like.
It's a good time.
So that was Dan Carter, and that was a little promo for him that you guys got to see. Also, the video, hopefully you noticed, was our promo for the Icelandic Formula Off-Road that's going to be coming to Bikini Bottoms that we've been talking about, October 7th through 9th. Matt, you know some of those guys pretty well.
Yes, I do know. I got to hang out with a lot of them last year. We got over and being a mechanical guy, I always like checking out your vehicle and how you do your suspension and how you do your motor, and just, I got to know a lot of them real quick. The bomb guys I got to know really, really well. We ended up transporting around my brother side by side. I had like 30 of them strapped on with her because we had to go do this water skimming, a couple miles down the road. So we strapped them all on, their tools and parts and gas cans, and headed down. It was an absolute blast. We got to hang out with them and party all night, and super, super cool guys. Some of the biggest rednecks I know. We also got to do some broadcasting with them as well. Bessie and Booby both jumped in with us, and we got to do some bilingual announcing. They were announcing in Icelandic, which most of us will not have a clue because it's a very hard language to understand.
I don't think most of the world understands
Yes, it's crazy. So they'll be doing announcing and broadcasting in Icelandic, and we'll be doing it in English for their race series, which is always super cool to do. Again, Bessie and Booby are both very entertaining guys, so it's very interesting, very, very exciting to watch those guys, and they'll usually explain it to me what they're saying or if there's something unique going on with the car and to me, that is always very fascinating to go to a different style of racing and really understand the mechanics of what they're doing, or maybe the driving style is a little different. So it's really, really fascinating to see that and understand that and kind of be a very intimate part of that. It's really cool. And, again, the race teams are all super nice. A lot of us go out to eat at nighttime, and things can get a little wild there, but it's a lot of fun. So
that's going to be in Dyersburg, Tennessee, October 7th through 9th. Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park. If you're kind of local to the area or have been wanting to make it out to a race this year, that might be a good one. It's a very spectator-friendly park, easy to get around. You can see everything very well.
Yes,
it's all
amazing.
in one area. So, and if not, be sure to check in with us on Hillside Live so that you can catch the crazy Icelandic Formula Off-Road action.
It will be an awesome time. Got
Speaking
Madison
of crazy
King.
action, yeah, we've got Madison King out on the course. We're going to continue with our UTV Bounty class. Tyler Bradley did have an unfortunate rollover, and they got him recovered off the course. All is well with him. Let's see what Madison can do. Keep in mind that these ledges are way steeper than they look on camera.
Yeah. Yes. Madison went directly behind the racer that rolled yesterday. So 2 times in 2 days she's got to go behind someone who rolled over. So I would say she's being a little more cautious.
Hopefully she's not getting too psyched out.
Yeah, being a little more cautious. Again, she chose a little different line than the first 2 side-by-sides went. She's trying a little more of that ledge area. That's where a lot of the bouncers, I think, will go. We saw Randall Key this morning kind of pulling up and playing on a little bit. I think that's probably one of the more difficult spots, but could be a quicker line depending on what route you're going to take. It looks like she's going to pull over and try that far left line where we saw the other 2 side-by-sides run. Again, that's a little more comfortable, probably a little bit easier. There's a lot more dirt there, a lot less of just a stiff ledge. So
with this
again,
loose dirt, gravelly kind of dirt that we've got out here, and how steep this hill is, though, I really think she's going to need more momentum to climb up these ledges.
Kat looks like she's going to go ahead and pull off. Again, she may have broke something as well. A lot of racers, they know their buggy. If she might have a U-joint slipping, or a U-joint that's broke, or something, belt might be slipping. So again, there might be something going on with the buggy.
I know she had a bit of a tumble racing at Indian Mountain.
Oh yeah,
she did win the Powder Puff division.
Heck yeah!
For the Ride for a Cure, I think it was last weekend. But I know she came out of that with a pretty sore shoulder, so that could be playing into her backing off the hill here, but that's all right. All right, we should have about 3 drivers left in our bounty class here. And apparently none of them are ready.
Yeah.
They are staying in the shade and thought they'd have a little more time to get into the buggy, I think.
I know DC Thompson's out there. I think he's running. He had a pretty good time last night. I heard they were out doing some pit bike racing.
DC's not on my list, but he is. That's pretty typical.
Yeah. So we were talking to him about racing.
Is he racing, Clyde? DC?
No. Okay.
DC's lucky to be walking around this morning.
He is. He's a pretty ornery guy as well.
I'm pretty sure he broke his arm last night.
I'm pretty confident, yeah. Yeah, there was a bunch of them out here ramping pit bikes last night and hitting the course.
Pit bikes.
And just hey, how's it going, buddy?
Always be an enemy of
pit
bikes now.
Yeah, hey, yeah. Nothing to do with our series. They were just goofing off.
That was just
late last night in the candlelight, I believe. That's the thing. The park is still open for rec wheeling. Usually we try to put some flags up or tape across the race course, but the rest of the park is still open for rec wheeling, so people will wheel. Yeah,
you come to watch the race, stay in camp, and ride, hang out, have a good time. It's a 1,000-acre park here, and I think you said 100 miles of trails, which it's a beautiful ride getting down here from the RV parking entrance area down here to the race hills. Beautiful park. So I hope everybody's getting out and being able to enjoy these trails, everyone that's here spectating this weekend.
Yeah, again, speaking of Dan Carter in that Highway to Hill series, this is our man Dan Carter. Got that Rock Life off-road wrap, that number 3, that OG Good Wrench style livery there. Looks like he's trying to get lined up. Getting a little bit of a concrete ledge there. And again, you have a couple line options to pick from. Looks like he took that dirt ramp. Again, like a lot of the drivers went to that far left, and then you can see the vehicle kind of sliding over.
He's got to work his way back to the right now, and it is super sketchy.
It is. There's some big ruts. There's some big ledges.
Matt and I are turning around and watching this right now on the hill behind us, and it looks so different than it does on your screen right now. Dan's in a little bit of a tough spot.
Yeah. Looks like he backed up a little bit and kind of bumped over it. Getting some momentum going there. Again, I think he's been a little cautious.
Oh, he's clawing his way
There
up.
we go. Again,
Nice.
I think he's being a little bit cautious after he saw Tyler Bradley roll over. I think Dan's kind of just taking his time, being cautious, making the course work for him. Again, now he has just a very long downhill section.
So this hill is a big up and then back around the far side. It's just one big U-turn.
Yes.
This portion of it.
Yes. Again, hitting that short course section. Again, Dan last week was posting that he was out at Bristol, a NASCAR race. Him and some of our other drivers are out there having a good time. They like to race, but they're also race fans, so checking out bigger series sometimes kind of cool to see. NASCAR's been around a few years.
Yeah, you guys might have heard of it before.
You might have heard of it.
Oh, there he is.
Part of that Rock Life crew are out there hanging out, having a good time.
Looking good. Come on, Dan.
Making quick work of that.
We only had 6 drivers today, and 2 of them have DNF'd already.
The thing about the Bounty course that's so crazy is you have such a difficult course, and they have a much smaller tire than the big bouncers, so.
It is not for the faint of heart.
It is definitely not.
And Dan, the Bounty class is where he really shines. 156.907 for Dan.
Not a bad time.
Cooper is in the lead right now with a 114.105. Dan comes out and gives it his all in all the classes he races, but I think it's safe to say that Bounty is really
he does very well. He does very well. All right, sounds like we've got Nathan King down there pulling the line.
Yeah, Jason, speaking of other kinds of racing, being race fans, he says can't wait to see what Timmy does.
I am.
Modified, so yeah, that'll be interesting to watch. That's exciting for Timmy and kind of branching out into a whole new world of racing.
I was talking to him this morning about it. He's going to be running a rocket chassis. He said they have the chassis, but it'll take a while to get the car completely built. So he won't be racing until next year, about 6-9 months away. So he's got time to play with it, do the testing and tuning. Again, we all know Timmy loves to go out and make sure everything's 1,000% dialed in, but that's definitely a pretty amazing world to be in. He said, well, I'm not going to quit off-road racing. He said, but, he said, I'm just kind of burnt out from bouncing community because I've done it for so long. And he does it, he does pretty much he does about every style of bouncer races there as possible. So any event where you can win money, he's there. So he said, I've just done so much for so long because I just want to just get out and try something else and do something a little different.
Yeah.
Kind of like a palate cleanser, I think. Get out there and do something a little different.
All right, Nathan King on the course now. Oh, okay.
Ooh,
What a save it. That would have been
Get a little wild there.
I wonder if his horn's broken because I haven't heard it once this weekend. And that just seems wrong. Oh, Nathan.
Ooh.
I'm not a fan of that part of the hill.
Yeah.
Gotta say.
Obviously, all the bouncer drivers are definitely watching this, knowing that, they have to, a lot of them, they'll be on that hill.
I don't think it's going to be too much trouble for the bouncers.
Well, I think they're going to make sure they spin tires to kind of drift them on over. That way you kind of watch them pull these guys over. So.
But watching these more narrow UTVs,
yes,
they're definitely getting a little sketchy up there.
Again, for those guys that have a bouncer a little bit taller, definitely also watching those.
All right, he's into the short course section. Zach, what are you doing on Facebook? You're supposed to be on the microphone right now. Speaking of Facebook, make sure that you guys are watching from the Rock Racing TV page so that we can answer your questions, comments, interact with you. That's where Matt and I are watching from. All right, Nathan coming into the home stretch. .209. That's a second place time right now for Nathan King. Cooper Bentley still with the fastest time of 1:14. Now followed by Nathan King and then Dan Carter. Clyde, is Josh Allman here? All right, is that it for our bounty class?
Can I verify that was the last bounty? We have Cooper Bentley and Nathan King, so that's your top two in that class, so 1 for 1.
All right, that is it for our bounty class. Course 1, Cooper Bentley, Nathan King, Dan Carter, the only 3 to finish. That means we are ready to
kick off the big bouncers.
Rolling out the Brannick Motorsports bouncer class. I don't know if they know that though.
Yes, I see.
Anybody on the starting line.
I see a lot of bouncer drivers standing there. Wade Good, Jay Storts, Kenneth Cozine, Adam Kuntz down there. I see them all standing there watching.
You know what the problem is, Matt?
You want to see them? I think they all wait to see the first guy to go.
I think Garion is not here.
Oh,
to yell
rope
at them
around
all and get them lined
yeah,
up.
that's a great shot overhead. You can see all the bouncers over there, the top and to the left. Again, you can see some of the starting line and the big rock pile they have. Again, Wade, we were walking around talking this morning what his game plan for today. He said, well, the plan is go fast, don't break. I think that's the plan. Talking to Clint Garrison about side-by-side. And I said, well, now that you're racing side-by-side and big bouncers, are you going to just phase into big bouncers or are you going to stick with side-by-sides? And he said, you know what, it's so much to manage 2 race teams and keep 2 race teams going. He said, I'm probably going to next year just phase in. Since I'm already doing the big bouncer, I'll probably just stick with that.
Yeah.
He said it's already, he said, I enjoy doing it, but he said, I love doing it. It's a really great time. And he said, I might still do a little here and there, but he said do the full series.
It's a lot to keep
even
just one race vehicle maintained.
Yes. And also, doing excavating. He has an excavating business, so that keeps him pretty busy. As well. So again, that's what a lot of drivers own their own businesses. That way it kind of gives them leeway to hopefully have a little more income and a little more free time to come over and get it ready. So
all right, I think we should have Randall Key getting ready to pull up to the line. Yep, it's definitely because Garion's not here. She'd be out there cracking the whip. Well, let's take this moment, Matt, to talk about finals then.
Yes.
So we already filled you guys in on bikini bottoms. One more thing to note for that is if you are planning to race, I'm talking to all you, Wyatt, Dylan, all the rest of you that are watching and planning to race, we will be starting earlier on Friday, probably more like 10 o'clock like it was a Saturday schedule. And that is so that we can incorporate the Icelandic teams and their race schedule alongside our own and fit everything in for the weekend. So be looking for those details to come out if you're planning on racing or coming to spectate and you want to make sure you're in the right place at the right time. That'll all be posted. So just be thinking about that. And the Icelandic teams will also be racing on Sunday. We will still stick to our Friday, Saturday schedule. But if you want to plan to be there and watch that, they will be racing Sunday at Bikini Bottoms as well. But we will be live for it, and they'll have their own live show, so you'll still be able to watch from home.
All right, this is Randall Keys on the line here.
Randall Key, this is his third race in the Undertaker?
I believe so. Again, he was out doing a little testing and tuning this morning on that. Man, hitting those ledges. Again, you can see the independent front suspension as he comes up and hits some of those ledges, kind of soaking it up.
So out of all of our drivers here today, Randall has been racing with the SRRS longer than anybody else. And I think he's probably been not only just in how many seasons he's raced, but also just how many races individually that he's been to. I think he's probably been to more than anybody now at this point.
I would say him and Timmy are definitely nose and nose.
Randall started before Timmy did with the SRRS.
Yeah.
And if you aren't familiar with Randall Key, one of the amazing things about him is that he is out here driving completely with hand controls. He's actually paralyzed from the waist down. So everything he's doing in that buggy right now is all hand controls. That's, steering, throttle, brake, rear steer.
It's a lot.
Shifting, all of it. So definitely, see tires flying up in the air out there. So he's definitely inspiring to watch.
Using that rear steer coming into that corner.
So this bouncer's still pretty new to him. I think this is his third race in it. And I've heard him say that he really liked it. He just had to get used to it and learn how to drive it.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like he's definitely feeling more comfortable in it now.
Again, using that rear steer to his advantage there.
And to be the first one to come out here for the bouncer class and not having the benefit of being able to walk the course like all of our other drivers.
Whoa!
Turn downhill. There you go.
He went way high there. Zach. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We're getting word that he ran over the timer.
That was a 1:35.983 for Randall. He did run over the timer and finish flag, so we're going to send someone out to get that fixed up before we continue on. Tiffany, if you're asking when Jack is going to go, he is our 5th driver right now, so that means four more now after Randall. Yes, he would have been number 9.
All right. Sounds like we're going to get the tripod stood back up for our timer. He definitely ran over that one.
Jason Burgess said Randall, showed out last weekend. I saw some videos. Where was that? I forget now. That wasn't Indian Mountain, was it?
Maybe.
It was something else, I think. Somebody on here watching knows. Jason, where was that Randall was racing at?
I don't know if they had bouncers at Indian Mountain last weekend or not. I seen they had side-by-sides, but
I think it was somewhere else, but I can't remember now.
I know that a lot of county fairs now, because of YouTube, has made rock bouncing very popular.
You know what? Speaking of county fairs, happening, what's today? Saturday? This weekend, the Lawrenceburg County Fair in Tennessee, the manager of the race events that they do there called me and was wondering, because my dad and I normally race at the county fairs. That's actually the first race I ever competed in.
Really?
Was at the Lawrenceburg County Fair, and my dad, we called it the MX4. It was like 3 buggies ago, and probably like 10 years ago now, and that was the first race I ever did was at a county fair, like tough truck challenge. So that's kind of our fun thing that we still do, is
good
go
old
race
roots
the fairs.
there.
And we haven't made it out in a couple years. They didn't have them when COVID happened, and then just different things. But I was like, oh no, it's the same weekend. Like all the bouncers that I would have told about it and gotten them to come are all going to be out here. So I hate that we had to miss that one again. But, yeah, speaking of county fairs.
Yeah,
they're pretty fun.
They are. They're a lot of fun.
The UTVs and the Avenger.
I've done a couple of them, and it's always a lot of fun. We've done some monster truck shows, so it's really exciting to watch.
Chris Hickman's watching. He knows about racing at some fairs.
Heck yeah. Cole Shirley said it was Indian Mountain.
Okay.
All right.
All right, then.
Cole Shirley, one of our resident rockstar videographers. He runs Mad Ram 11. You guys might have seen a video or two from them.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Just a few million videos. So.
Chad Molitor, excellent run, Randall. Yeah, speaking of racing at the fairs. Too bad we're not out there this weekend, Pops.
Yeah, it's a good time.
We'll have to try and get next year's.
County fairs are usually a lot more laid back type racing atmosphere, but it's always a lot of fun. Very enjoyable.
It's different than what we do out here, and it's just fun. And then you go get a caramel apple afterward, walk around, see the crazy things that you see at fairs.
Get some snacky snacks, Priorities.
Has anybody else watching ever competed at a county fair? Tough Truck Challenge, UTVs
or
a bouncer?
UTVs, side-by-side, mud drags, mud bogs. I know.
We got Richie Keith out there.
Tractor pulls are a huge thing where I'm from, so we do a lot of county fairs, tractor pulls, the ITPA.
Justin Wills is on the line. Speaking of, he is our Skinny Pedal Award winner from the Hollywood race.
Again, award you are glad you won, but you didn't want to win it.
But not how you won it.
Yes. Yeah. Again, Justin was out here playing last night, hitting some of the hills. I think you're going to see a very exciting run from him. He's one of the 3 guys that are battling hardcore this season for that third-place run.
He actually, though, last night during some pre-running had a little bad luck. We came back to find him to go to dinner.
That's right.
And he had how many feet of...
we bought 8 this morning, or last night. We went and bought 8 feet, so I don't know how many feet he wound up around his drive shaft, but we replaced it with 8 feet. I'm going to say it's at least that. His seatbelt, his passenger seatbelt kind of got caught around the drive shaft, which knocked the power cable into it, and his power cable literally wound up around the drive shaft in about 6 or 8 pieces. Yep. So we went and bought 8 feet of red power cable last night, 2 gauge, and we crimped some ends on it, and listen to that motor sing. Crimped on some ends and came in this morning and got it all bolted back together. Trying a couple different lines there. There we go. Come on, get up there. Again, there's also some big ledges about halfway up that hill, too. Again, you can see him kind of just sliding over that right V. So, ran in a backyard mud bog for 20 years in Oregon. Heck yeah.
Chris Hickman, if it's next weekend, they must have changed it then, because Chris Inman told me it was the 24th. Tennessee, Lawrenceburg District Fair. So maybe they changed it.
Heck yeah.
I don't know.
That'd be awesome.
We'll have to find out.
Again, Justin Wills coming smooth down that hill. Now he's headed over the short course section, which I think you're going to see him blaze through. That's where he was playing at last night when he removed his power cable. He goes, I said, how he goes, well, it goes from the battery up to the power switch. He goes, it's about this long. We held up his hands, and I was like, okay, we'll get 8 feet. That'll be enough. So he is blazing through there.
So this is the first bouncer that we have seen.
Getting ready to hit the big curves on that short course series. Oh, yeah. Wow. You can hear the rocks pelting off the trailer over there.
Nick and Brandon are ducking for cover.
Clyde's over there. We support you.
Stay strong, guys.
Yeah, it didn't take long for the course to get pretty dusty. All right, to the finish line he goes.
There you go.
170.214 for Justin. Zach.
Daniel Heckley in the line, I'm hearing. Again, Daniel Heckley is one of those guys competing for that third-place spot. Daniel Heckley, going into our last race, Daniel Heckley, Brandon Davis, and Justin Wills were all three 9 points apart. Now, we had two of those drivers DNF'd on the first course, so obviously that made a little bit bigger gap. But all three drivers were 9 points apart going into our last course. So I know we had two DNFs on the first round, or second round, so that changed some things. But
yeah, so Daniel is sitting third in points coming into this weekend. Justin Wills right behind him, fourth in points coming into the weekend.
And then Brandon Davis sitting in fifth. Again, Justin Wills and Brandon got to be pretty close together. That buggy is doing work. Hellbent is one of my favorite chassis, I think. Timmy said unfinished business is way, way more powerful, but I don't know. I love it.
What's the total count on what Timmy has built over the years?
I don't know.
For Rock
I'd love to take a picture of all.
Somebody out there probably knows. Cole probably knows.
We need to do that at finals sometime. Get all of the buggies Timmy has ever built and line them all up and take a picture.
Man, Daniel is moving.
Dylan Dowler says Chris Hickman Top Truck Challenges tonight at 6:30. We're going.
Nice. Dylan, represent. I wish I could be there.
I love watching Tough Truck Challenge.
Chris, sounds like you better change your schedule and get on down to Lawrenceburg tonight.
Daniel is absolutely flying through there. I mean, smoking through there.
Almost like he's smoked out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well played. Well played.
Little throwback there.
Wow, whipping that weird steer around. Through the finish line. Wow.
110.263. Smoke and run from Daniel Heckley. That is the fastest time currently. We're only a few drivers into the Brannick Motorsports Bouncer class right now, Course 1. We completed Course 1 for our UTV Bounty and youth classes already.
I don't know. What do you guys Daniel Heckley just set a smoking time of 110 seconds, basically. What do you think our fastest time is going to be today? You think Timmy or Wade's going to bump down at 110?
You think we're going to break 100?
I don't know. That means you got to shave 10 seconds.
I don't know if that's possible.
You think they can shave off 10 seconds and break 100?
I'm going to say 104 something.
Can they break 100? Yeah, what's Timmy and Wade's time going to be?
We got Trent Ratcliffe out on the course right now.
Again, Trent's obviously watched some of the few drivers go, so kind of making his plan of what line to pick. He went a little wide on that first pass, but he's getting it corrected.
Trent driving sucker punch, and that is definitely a buggy that's been around in this sport for quite a while. Come on, Trent, stay in it.
He's over. Can he put it back on the wheels?
He's
trying. Oh,
slid down on his roof.
He was so stinking close.
Well, that is something you don't see every day.
Man, right on.
All right, Trent, you just hang out there for a minute. Mary Carroll's guessing a 99. Billy says 101 for Wade, 101.9 for Timmy.
Man, that stinks. You hate to see that, but again, stuck right at that. Just the kind of okay, we got a replay here.
Yeah, he just slid down on his roof.
Again, you can see off to the right hand of the screen, you can see how big some of those ledges are. And you have to kind of pull to the right because there's a barrier to your left. That's where the tape is at. Looks like he kind of donkey kicked a little bit. And again, that angle, you can see the buggy sliding. He turned just a hair too far right. And man, just.
There's also some pretty deep ruts up there.
And you can hear him as soon as he turned over. He revved it to try to see if he could upright it and just started sliding backwards on his lid.
Trying to turn into those ruts. And around that tree, all on this steep of a hill.
And he has a pretty flat roof. So once you're stuck upside down like that, once you're flat like that, again, you great angle there. You could see how flat that roof is. I don't think you're going to upright it once you get over like that. So unfortunately for
well, you know what that means, though, Matt? We just got a Skinny Pedal Award nominee. An official nomination for Trent Ratcliffe.
Man, you hate to see that happen, but that does get him in the nomination for a Skinny Pedal Award. Okay, they'll be getting him uprighted. Got about 16, 18 drivers today. Man, you hate to see that.
Chris Hickman guesses a 105.
Chris, well, I got to ask Chris. Chris, is that going to be Wade's time or Timmy's time, Chris? That 105. Yeah, that angle is kind of crazy. We had to do it last year. That same the course they're running up now that's kind of squirrely, that was our very first hill last year as well. So once you get up it, you have to kind of let the rock kind of just drift you to that far left side or the far right side. There's kind of a ravine once you get over there, which, again, that might have caught a tire helping him flip over. But once you get over there, you kind of drift. Once you get to that far right side, you can shoot straight up.
Once you're in the ruts, it's going to hold you on the hill. But turning and trying to plant into them.
Yeah, and clearly side-by-side, big bouncer. Both have trouble with it. So I think you're going to see a little more of that later today.
Tiffany says she's not a big fan. It's kind of sketchy. I agree. Ben Casey says Wade's going to take it all.
I don't know. Timmy's played on these hills quite a while too, so we'll see. Again, there's so much course today. You can actually make a slight error here or there and have enough time to correct it. So, who's going to have the more perfect run, I think, is what it's going to come down to. But I don't know, Wade. We had one vote for Wade. We'll see. It's always funny to watch, like when Timmy takes course 1 and then Wade takes course 2 to see. Now we have to combine the times and see who has the overall fastest time on both courses today. It's so crazy to me to get to that because I'm like, this is literally, and there's times it's been milliseconds between the two courses together. I'm like, man, That's Bill. There we go.
Bill's camera.
That's Bill's camera.
That's Bill down there in the middle of the screen in the hat and the yellow.
Yeah. You can tell the guys that work the hill because they always have big hats, keeping the shade. Even though we do have a few trees on the course, there's not a lot of shade out there today. So, shout out to all our cameramen out there working today. And camera ladies.
That's right. Yeah, we've got
Crystal out there.
Working hard on the course. She's out in the full-on sun, too.
They help give you guys all these awesome angles and cool views.
No. Chris says it's going to be a real good time.
Real good time.
Andy says TC is going to fly on that short course.
I think so.
Probably true. Ryan says Wade's top time, 101.
I don't know. I think Timmy will definitely smoke that short course section. Yeah. But, and obviously Wade's been crushing hills this year. So, I mean, who's going to make the most advantage there? So, we'll see. I mean, Timmy's no stranger to hill killing, but I think he will definitely smoke that short course section. And again, a lot of times it comes down to who has the more gear. When you have a long short course section, they're asking for Randall's time. It was a 1:35.9.
0.983.
Yeah. Billy, I think so. And that's kind of, I think, what Timmy's plan is this year. Timmy's been kind of sitting back, being fast, but also kind of comfortable. Wade has kind of been pushing that ragged edge. Really, I mean, we've seen him land wide open throttle on the front axle. I think that's Timmy's plan, is to hopefully sit back, relax, and hopefully Timmy Timmy can watch Wade Good make a mistake. I think that's kind of Timmy's plan, but Wade's doing a lot of bolt checking. Like I said, he's went through like 10 diffs this year, I think he said. So, again, he's definitely checking his ring and pinions, which is probably the weak link. And, I mean, I think we've established everything else is about the best parts somebody can buy. So I think that's kind of the weak link. So I think we got an interview over here.
We don't have a chair for you. Oh, thanks. Got me a new sticker.
Heck yeah.
It's pretty good looking. Brantley Havens, 2 weeks out racing.
What's up, buddy?
What's up?
So I was talking to a couple people and how awesome it is. What is it like going back when everybody's writing their what did you do on a summer vacation report, and they're like, I went fishing with my dad. What does yours say? Like a crushed racing season this year?
Yeah, I usually just say.
Do what?
I usually just say, whoa, that's bad. I usually just say I'm out here racing. So.
Yeah? Do you tell them what you race? Do they understand what you race?
No one understands. I have to show them pictures.
Show them a picture?
Yep. Been there, done that. People like, what?
Yeah.
Like a four-wheeler?
Yeah.
Or something.
And how old are you?
11.
11? Okay, we were telling people you're 11. I was laughing because you have these. He has these super dope stickers with his buggy, race name, race team, and his picture with the cowboy hat on the side. I'm like, when I was 11, I was like eating sand out of a sandbox. He's like, yeah, I run a race program. It's it's not a big deal.
That explains a lot, Matt.
Yeah.
A lot.
So obviously we're about most of the way through the season. What's your plan for the last 2 races?
Send it.
Yeah, I say we got 2. We got Dyersburg and then finals. You guys gonna do some rocks at finals, or is that gonna be part of your course?
I have no idea what to do.
Yeah, we're excited to watch.
Oh yeah. I have no idea what to do.
What's been your favorite thing about the season so far, or your favorite race or park that we've been to?
Oh, my favorite park is, of course, Mid-America.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's awesome.
We've heard that a time or two.
Yeah. You like the short course there?
Yeah, I do like that. I like the one that we went on.
Yeah?
Not the short course with all that, but the one that we all did.
Yep. That was a good time.
Do you like this out here today, having a longer
Oh,
course
yeah.
to race on?
Yeah, I like these right here. I messed up on one part out there.
Yeah, we heard you got a little mixed up. That's a long course to remember, though.
Yeah.
That's a lot when you're trying to think about where to go and you're watching people out waving you down and focusing on your driving.
Yeah.
What do you think about next season? Are you planning on racing the season?
No. We was going to sell the 200 at finals, and we're just going to upgrade. I'm not really going to race next season.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you joining us this season. I know we've had a lot of fun having the youth class and everybody watching online, too. It's been really cool to watch you guys out there learning and racing and getting more comfortable all season long.
Heck
and
yeah.
Being competitive.
Heck yeah.
It's good stuff. So we're going to see you at finals and bikini bottoms?
Oh, yeah. I'll be at every race unless it doesn't break or anything.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, they can do that.
Last words.
They do that from time to time. What's your favorite part about this course?
I'm going to have to say the big old turns.
Yeah.
I like going up on
those
the high side.
Those high bank turns?
Yeah. I hate those bumps out through there.
Yeah.
They're bad.
Yeah.
Some of them are. But they're also fun to hit, so.
Yeah, the high bank turns are pretty awesome. They're a lot of fun. Like I said, the faster you go into them, kind of the funner they are, you know.
How do you think Matt's going to do out there?
He doesn't crush it, right?
Yeah.
He paused. I don't know if that.
Well, he turned around and looked at like the hills. Like, well, I see a buggy upside down on the hill right now, so it's not looking good. Yeah.
Don't worry about that, Matt.
Yeah.
Take that out of your mind.
Yeah. Just close your eyes and hold the gas down.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Something like that.
What could go wrong? As we watch the recovery on the hill.
Do you ever do that, Brantley?
What?
Just close your eyes and hope for the best.
Oh yeah, especially on these jumps, especially on that first one up there.
You're like, here we go.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Well, thanks for coming up here and
All
talking
right.
to us. Is
Thank
there
you.
anybody you want to thank or give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, I want to thank a lot of people like Rock Life Off Road, Simply Modified, Cooper Custom Choppers, especially Mom and Dad and Super Grip Tires.
You've practiced that, haven't you? Good job. That was good.
All right,
Brantley. Thanks for coming up. Thanks for the sticker.
Thank you.
Thank you, bud.
Good luck today.
Hey, thanks. I got you. Yeah, his stickers are definitely awesome.
Matt, you need to step it up with your sticker game.
I know. I made my face. Bro, they're super dope.
And they've got the 200 on there and his face and his name and his race.
Bro, that's case worthy. Yeah.
His race team.
Well, I think, to be fair, I was the first one to put the face sticker out there. I feel like everybody else is just following suit.
You were the originator of the face sticker.
Although I would give Dylan from D-Pat's nod. He has a super awesome sticker.
Check it.
Yeah.
You got one of those, Matt?
I do.
Right.
I saw
Where's
it.
yours?
I think I saw it on your notebook, and I went to him like literally at Texas this year. I saw him give you you're on your notebook, and I went, hey, can I get one of those stickers? Like, he's like, I got you.
So there you have it, guys. Apparently, we have a battle of who's got the coolest stickers going on.
It really is.
Stickers. I need stickers.
Bro, you like the Avenger? That'd be super awesome to have a cool sticker of that. Like you in there sitting in there jumping.
We used to have lots of 4x4 Nation stuff.
I bet.
Lots of swag.
You got any stickers left of that?
Back in the day.
I'd love to have a 4x4 Nation.
Somewhere, I do.
You could dig up some
where.
stickers.
They're all
slap on a
stuck
laptop.
in some plastic tub in storage somewhere, probably. If I ever find one, Matt, I'll give it to you.
That'd be cool. Have a 4x4
that's like
Nation.
Vintage merchandise.
That's like OG stuff there.
My grandpa still wears his 4x4 Nation. I do my own stunts shirt all the time.
Yeah.
He had it on last week. He's like, look what I'm wearing.
That's awesome. Yeah, we'll have to get some. That's definitely some OG
Nation.
merch.
Oh, gosh. All right, everybody. They are still working on getting Trent recovered off the hill. He's in a little bit of a tricky spot, so they're putting all the brain power into it right now and making sure they get him safely out of there without doing too much more damage to the buggy. So while they work on that, we are going to go to some quick commercials, and then we'll be right back.
Try and start running some lines if you want, like get your introduction. I know you say you do a couple takes. If you want to try and do it one, we'll try. But
give me we're going to do everything in one take. It's going to be smooth. It's going to be one take. It's going to be nailed it. Hashtag nailed it.
Hashtag, is that what that is? There is a hashtag. Look at that.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it when I bounce her. Grab yourself some new merch today.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Powerply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerply XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
And we are back here in the studio with my man Dan Carter from Dan Carter Racing. How's it going, buddy?
Sir. It's going. It's going. It's been a good day.
So,
how are you guys?
So you did a lot of racing. You were at Indian Mountain last weekend?
No, we actually went to Bristol.
Bristol, that's where I was at.
We were invited by Super Grip to come up to Bristol, and we had a blast.
I say it looked like you had a pretty good crew there with you.
Yeah, I had a couple of fellow racers with us.
Yeah.
And, Rock Life, they sent us down to pit row.
And, man!
And I heard that it was pit row is one of those things where you got to dress to the nines.
Yeah.
I saw the pictures.
So we broke out some vintage Wranglers and old Dan Post boots.
Yeah.
And old vintage NASCAR hat. And
I like it.
We went down to pit row, and we were the only ones dressed up, and people were looking at us funny like we probably owned the place. So we got a lot of jaw drops and stares, and we just kind of went with it, and we had a blast.
Yeah, it looked like a good time.
Oh, it was fun.
I'm sure you get a bunch of racers together when they're not racing.
Right.
They can get a little ornery. So.
Well, we had a good time. Like I said, we all kind of hung out with Super Grip, and then we took a couple of the RC bouncers with us and just played in the parking lot and hung out until we went to the night races. And we brought the one wheel with us, and I got a little bit of footage of everybody playing on the one wheel. So we'll try to post that on social media in the next couple of weeks. But Spencer Grindstaff pretty much he showed us all up.
I can imagine. He's pretty talented. That young guy can he can do about anything.
Yeah, he if it has a wheel, at least one wheel, he can handle it.
Yeah. So speaking of social media, I know you're on some of the sites on the socials.
Right.
Where can people find more about you?
Right. So we are pretty much on all of your social media platforms at Dan Carter Racing.
Okay.
Also, dancarterracing.com. You can get some of our swag online.
Yep.
We'll ship it to you.
Fancy.
You do code free ship. We'll ship it to you free. We just threw out some new shirts and new koozies. So you guys,
are these pit shirts something available to people, or is that like special edition?
So this is special edition from Rock Life, and they are for this season, and next season we're working on some new sponsorships, so we will have new pit shirts. So Bryant Dunnigan and Rock Life is already on that. So we're going to get those posted probably to the Rock Life page, probably right after the first of the year.
And I know you guys, I've always seen your guys' merch. It's always been just absolutely freaking awesome.
Matt's very jealous of the hoodie.
I am. You don't even know. I bring it up pretty frequently. I'm like, it's such that reflective kind of oranges.
Right. So I think I may actually have a few of those stuffed in the bottom of our merch bin, and I will definitely hook you up with that.
As long as it's not like a medium, we can make it work, you know?
Hey, or, medium's the new large, so all you got to do is crop it.
Crop it, cut the sleeves off.
Yeah, we love the retro stuff, so we're bringing back the crop stuff.
Crop top, yeah. Cut the sleeves off just a couple inches, the old Rocky type vibe.
Bree's cringing. She's like, no. Don't need to see guys with a crop top.
I don't want to be in a crop top.
Nothing like a hairy belly sticking out,
There's too many Pop-Tarts and Red Bulls and crap going on.
Yeah, we do eat a lot. We were at Mexican last night. A bunch of the side-by-side guys were at Mexican last night, so we do eat well,
Yeah, which it's one of those things that we pretty much starve all day while we're racing, and then after we lose the jitters, it's time to go get full.
I'm with you. I'm usually a little nervous today. We'll have a Lunchable or something really light, maybe some water, just to make sure you get some nutrients, but I'm usually too little.
A Lunchable is what you eat for nutrients?
Well, I meant like something light. You want something light, but just to help, keep the jitters away.
Got to fill out the food pyramid, and somewhere in there's got to be Lunchables.
Yeah. Well, I usually there's Snickers bars. It's like in the movie Elf. He's like candy canes, candy corn, and syrup. He's like, do you like sugar? Is there syrup and sugar and syrup? He's like, yeah, I love it. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's Matt,
it is
right there.
Yeah. He's like, you have a good night's sleep. I got full 45 minutes.
Hey, look at this.
All right.
We have Sucker Punch rolling down the hill. Sucker Punch got sucker punched by the hill.
It did. Oh. Again, we've seen a couple side-by-sides roll over, seen a couple big bounces roll over. People don't realize how kind of sketchy that area is.
Right. So the video footage does this hill no justice. And, I know you guys hear us say that a lot, but it's just
we
one of
like
those
to
things.
Tell them it's like a regular announcement on here.
Right.
Just so you guys know.
It's kind of like a roller coaster. You see a roller coaster at an adventure park, and you're like, oh, that doesn't look too bad. I'll ride that. And you really don't feel like that you've messed up until you hear that last click of the roller coaster cart, and you're like, oh, this is a bad idea. Yeah. And then next thing you know, you're just committed and you can't get off, so you got to stay in it. But,
you're belted in. You got nowhere to go.
Right. So that's kind of the same situation we have. It's like, okay, well, I've already got my foot wadded in the throttle, so we got to stay in it.
We're going to ride it out one way or
Again,
another.
I'm sure you hear that all the time. Guys like, oh, man, I could have made that. My side-by-side would have made that. And you're like, sir, I'm in a tube chassis, full of send in it, right, with the best parts money can buy.
That's right.
Yeah, full of send with the best parts money can buy. Your stock 900 isn't going to make it.
That's right. It's like, Linda, let the professionals handle this.
Like, you are not him, okay, buddy? So, yeah, it's always a good time. Again, like we've seen several side-by-sides roll, some bouncers roll. I don't think you realize that you got to go uphill, but you're also sliding sideways.
Right.
So I think you'll see guys with rear steer maybe kick it over a little bit earlier to kind of help alleviate that, but we'll see.
So something interesting that I found out talking to some of the bouncer guys that do have the rear steer is they only try to use the rear steer once in a run.
Yep.
That is their goal, is just to minimize the amount of, I guess, extra stress, extra pressure, just to use the rear steer once. It's kind of like side-by-sides backing up. Like our goal is to finish a hill without backing up and make as possible as much forward momentum as possible without backing up and losing time. And so it's kind of the same with the bouncer guys. Their goal is to not touch that rear steer unless they just absolutely have to.
That's interesting because I use it everywhere that I can.
Right. No, I would be the same way.
It depends on the course. Now, sometimes if it's just going to cause you to overthink or, or oversteer on a corner, but on this short course and stuff out here, and some of these S turns.
Right. Well, I think it's just cool. So I would be the guy that's does he not know that his steering wheel works?
You can do when you've got rear steer?
Oh, I bet. I bet you could do some good donuts.
We call it cyclones.
Well, I was fixing to ask because down south, Alabama, we call that donuts.
Yeah.
Up a little bit further north, it gets into cyclones.
Yeah.
So, then you got your cyclone donuts.
Yeah.
Right. So
my dad's specialty is doing them on pavement, asphalt, just spinning in one tight circle.
Oh, and I love to see it. Love to see it.
All right, Jack attack. Porter on the course.
Jack Porter out there. He got his fuel injectors replaced and has the buggy screaming. He kind of went to that far right line and kind of just shot up, and that way he's just, whoa, riding that far right line. That way, not have to worry about drifting over. Right. We'll see if that's a time advantage for him. Again, you can see there how much, man.
Where did he go?
That is super silty up top. The rocks are loose, and, I mean, it's just one of those things that you've got to keep the forward momentum going.
Oh, no, and he did not keep the forward momentum going. Well, I can't see anything now. Come on, Jack.
Yeah. Jack probably can't either as well. If we cannot see him, that means he probably cannot see out. Again, he might be waiting for a minute for this to clear.
Keep going uphill. I know that's the general direction.
Kind of rolling into a little bit there. Again, trying to climb. There's several big ledges up there as well.
Right. There's the bottom ledge, and then about 20 foot up beyond that is another good little ledge. I'd say it's about 3 foot tall. And then beyond that, it funnels you into the ruts, and you've got a ledge up about 40 foot or so beyond that second ledge. It's a pretty nasty ledge as well.
Again, I'm not sure. I hear him revving it up, so I'm not sure if he maybe broke an axle or. Okay, a broke rear axle on the driver's side, we're getting word. So he's up on the top of the hill for the most part. If he could just get the rest of the way out, he could still, again, come down. The rest of this you could do with the rest of this you could probably do in dual drive.
Past the hard part, it seems like.
So if he can hopefully get out the rest of the way up that hill, he can at least get some points on the board for today.
Right. I would say he likes about 50 foot from being to the downhill portion.
And you hate to back all the way down that stinking thing.
Come on, Jack.
Again, I know Jack pretty well. I think he'll just neutral drop it, whatever it takes.
Oh, I highly doubt that he would back all the way down the hill.
Yeah.
Well, I think if everybody watching would just start pushing him with all of your might to make it up this hill, he can do it. Come on,
looks like
Jack.
He's backing up, hopefully trying to get a run with it.
Here he goes.
Come on, Jack.
Bill's making sure that Jack knows he's broke.
I'm sure he knows he's broke. He just doesn't know what he broke.
Right. And you can tell how steep that hill is. It's taking Bill.
Yeah.
Bill's being cautious walking over to him.
Like, right there's a good shot. Like,
right.
It shows how steep that hill is by the way Bill is standing. Again, he's probably going to add, like, all right, can I get up the rest of the way?
Right. And he just likes a little bit.
Again, maybe flung a rock in there. It didn't feel like he was giving it, really
like
hammering down.
Power.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked to him a little bit before, and he said he had put new injectors in it, and obviously at Hollerwood it was running really crappy, and Taylor said he spent like 40 hours that week just messing with it the whole time, was super frustrated, because when you spend that much time messing with something and it still doesn't run right, it's super frustrating.
Right.
I'm sure side-by-side guys, sensor goes bad, halfway through your run it goes in limp mode, and, it's such a bummer, no matter what class you race in to see.
And a lot of these guys drive from so far away.
Yeah.
On average, this course is probably about 10 hours away from home for most guys.
Most guys, yeah.
And you get here and you don't want to have something little like that, little gremlin just come up and run the whole day.
Especially like an injector or a sensor, even a ground wire. Sometimes a ground wire comes loose, and now your cam sensor, crank sensor isn't reading properly. It's throwing a code, or it's a really bummer to have that. And there's some sensors where you have to have it. Some you can kind of bypass, and the computer isn't smart enough to know. Okay, hey, if it's not working, we can still read some other stuff. But you hate to see a guy have to back down, especially big ledges like that. Kind of just stinks.
Tiffany says, bet the air filter's full of dust.
Oh, probably. I'm sure it is.
I'm sure that's happening to everybody out here too.
Yeah. Jack was saying that he, for those of you Taylor was telling us, Jack was saying the steering is working well and the motor's running strong. So I'm either going to brake or I'm not going to do very well at all.
Right.
Finish well or break. So we'll unfortunately had a little bit of motor issue and did break her rear axle, but you hate to see it. Again, being that big rut there, he might have got down and the back tire side of that tire caught the edge of the rut.
Right.
We've seen that happen before. Guys get, the undercut of a rock comes up and it just wraps just enough to snap that axle.
That's right.
And you hate to see that. Again, we've seen it, a lot of times because we have great camera angles.
Right.
You can see it, somebody in a vehicle can't see that what we can see, so.
Right, and Jack put so much effort into this. I hate that this has happened, but it's, looks like he may be coming off the hill.
Yeah, again, he was racing with us, helping yesterday with the racers yesterday, helping get people in the starting gate lined up and get them all figured out. So you hate to see this for Jack Porter. Again, he's racing the Venom buggy. That's coming out of the Spider off-road crew.
Dan, what do you think about Bikini Bottoms and having the Icelandic teams joining us again?
We cannot wait to see the Icelandic crew coming over. I hear there are 16 race teams.
Okay.
Although Bikini Bottoms does not treat our race program that well, just because usually we are hanging from an excavator leaving Bikini Bottoms.
Yeah.
But if you have never seen Formula off-road racing put on by these Icelandic guys, you are missing out.
It's incredible.
It is definitely something that everyone needs to add to their bucket list. It's just crazy to see these guys on hills way worse than what we run on. Silty soil. They run a paddle style tire.
Okay.
And from what I understand, they can only back up a car length if they get kind of off track. But other than that, they're nothing but high horsepower, slinging sand, loose dirt. It is the coolest thing ever if you're an off-road fanatic.
I got to walk over to the booth and talk to them a couple years ago and just look at the different cars. And some of the guys run superchargers, turbos. Some of the guys run insane nitrous setups. Some of the guys are pushing 2,000 horsepower, and the car only weighs 2,000 pounds.
Right.
I mean, that'd be like a bouncer having 4,000, 5,000 horsepower.
Right.
What these guys are doing is just insane,
Right, and the cars sit lower to the ground than what most of these bouncers do, and they're, all tube chassis, custom built in shops. I don't know of any of those guys that order a production style
No,
chassis.
I don't think so.
I think they do it all, and then they ship everything over a few months ahead of the race, and this will be their finals, their championship is what I understand. And it'll be interesting to watch.
It will be. And, again, I was talking to the transfer case they run. It's like a chain-driven transfer case.
Right.
And everybody runs the exact same transfer case because only one guy makes them.
Right.
Like they all buy the same one. I was like, you guys don't run SES? They're like, no. One guy makes the one, then we all run the same one.
Monopoly, man.
Yeah.
Makes the transfer cases.
Which, I mean, it's kind of cool. That way if anybody needs a part, everybody has the same stuff. I'm sure the gears are probably a little different, but as far as the design, everybody runs the exact same thing, which is kind of handy. If you break something, the team might have it. And I'm always, impressed at how the camaraderie of those guys.
Right.
One guy is broken, rolls over, tears some stuff. He pulls in a booth. You see 40, 60, 80 people run to that booth, all different colored shirts in there working. The driver might even be touching the vehicle. They're slamming, changing parts. They might run to their booth and get parts.
Right.
And then the cool part is he leaves. All those crews, about that time the next guy's pulling, and they all run over to his booth. So, obviously when you're traveling to a different continent, it's neat to see that kind of camaraderie and help each other out.
Right, and that's something that's always just, it's amazed me.
Got Adam Kuntz here.
Adam Kuntz out on the course now. We've got Jack and Venom recovered.
Again, he's got power and rear steer. We'll see if he can't head up that hill. Oh. Man. Hearing that motor
than
roar.
We saw him racing in the stock class yesterday.
Yeah, he was out in a Polaris Ranger. We call it the Ranger 5000. But you know what? He was sending it.
Right. That was hero status yesterday for somebody to bring a side-by-side straight off the farm.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm racing the stock class with you guys.
Dan,
look out.
I was trying to decide what to name that thing because we've got Riot out here, the big bouncer, He's got Shake and Bake, the UTV. So I was like, what would be like a mini riot, like a party, a small party?
And then she's like, how about an earthquake? And I was like,
for
that's
a
a
little-
perfect name because it was bouncing.
We need something shaky or something about a mini riot.
Right. The earthquake would be a good one.
I said, because every time that thing hit the ground, it probably shook, you know. I said, he's probably got, you know, gas can, chainsaw, bale of hay in the back, you know.
Oh, he said it was rough. He
Oh,
said
I
it
bet.
was rough,
I
but
bet.
He had a blast.
He was absolutely sending it across some of those jumps. I mean, there's only like 3 to 4 inches of suspension travel there, and he's just, you know, airing out. Oh, wow. Flinging some rocks.
Well, we'll let him know that it has a new name now.
Yeah.
The mini earthquake.
And we were looking at a downhill portion. I was like, oh, I think you could straddle that part right there. He's like, oh, no, there's no way I could straddle that. This is a Ranger.
What's up, Colby Wright? Says he's watching from the firehouse today.
We're missing you, Colby.
Colby's a good dude.
See that Wyatt Wilson's checked in. He was one of the guys that was with us last weekend for the Super Grip, the Bristol trip. We had a blast with all those guys.
$128.213.
That is your new second place.
Good job.
Daniel Heckley in the lead for our Brannick Motorsports bouncer class right now with a 110.
Again, we ask all the viewers. You ran a 110. Is it going to break 100?
I feel like it may be close.
I say we know Timmy and
Wade
are going to battle out pretty hard, but we also had Brandon Davis. There's a couple other guys that are, you know, Brandon, he loves that short course stuff and that IFS buggy, so I think it'll be interesting to see those guys get out there and really hammer down.
Right, they were studying the hill hard yesterday. I believe we probably will see, you know,
sub 100,
something close to 100, maybe sub 100. There's a lot of time that can be made up on this short course. So, and there's a lot of downhills too. A lot of these guys are on the brakes.
Yeah.
You know, being reserved. Some of the guys, you know, they push it down the hill.
And again, you know, with that big lip at the bottom, a lot of guys aren't going to take that fast.
Right.
Well, there's one guy that, you know, all he takes is one guy being able to kind of throw caution to the wind and rip down that hill. So we'll see how it goes. This is Dex Browderson on the line, I believe.
We've got Garion Bynum checking in. We miss you too, Garion. Well, she is Garion Chandler now. My mistake.
Again, he's in the Nemesis buggy. That's a reject fab chassis. You can see Russ and Lynette back there in the background. They're the park owners. They're coming down and enjoying the park.
Yeah, Garion, we needed you earlier to crack the whip and get these bouncer drivers lined up. They managed to sort it out, though. You trained them pretty well.
Yeah, I will.
So Brandon Davis drew number 13, and he must have decided to go at the end of the pack today.
Right, so when they draw number 13, they get the option to run first, last, or 13th slot. Is that correct?
Yes. He's eager. All right, so I've still got Dan Carter up here in the booth with me, hanging out while Matt goes and gets ready to race himself.
Right, Matt just, he pretty much didn't give me an option.
Sorry, Dan.
He's like, hold my spot, I'll be right back.
You are an honorary commentator now.
We certainly appreciate that, and I've got some big shoes to fill.
You're gonna have to do a lot of talking.
So
yeah, sure.
I've got to get my motor mouth going and then pass those snacky snacks.
That's right. You're learning. All right, Clyde. What's the news here? do we have a course is clear? Dex Browder on the line in Nemesis. Been a hot minute since we had Dex racing with us. Oh, he's choosing to go straight up so he doesn't have to jog over to the right at the top of this hill.
Right, and it's straight up the middle, keep him from sidestepping, but you can tell just how dusty it is up on top of that hill. It's just about impossible to see.
That means that he did have a lot more ledges he had to go up.
Right.
Taylor, I was just going to warn you. Where did it go? There's like a murder hornet in here. It's literally the biggest one I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, goodness.
If you guys hear me scream all of a sudden, that's what happened. Or if the live feed stops, it's because Taylor's fighting a battle back there.
Attack of the Killer Bees. Looks like Dex has had a little issue. He's coming off the hill.
Dex has. Is there a murder hornet bothering him too? Uh-oh. No.
Looks like the murder hornet may have gotten the drive shaft.
Bothering him. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, if y'all see me break into the sprint, y'all know the hornet's after me.
It's back. I'm not kidding. Like, most wasps and stuff don't bother me, but this thing, it's like furry, yellow and orange, and like 3 inches. It's huge. It's scary.
Looks like we have Timmy on the line.
Thanks everybody for tuning in with us here on Hillside Live. You're watching the Branding Motorsports Bouncer class. This is the CRRS number 3, presented by CA Tech this weekend. We've got Tim Cameron on the line, ready to rock and roll. The time to beat right now is a 1:10 from Daniel Heckley. We've had some predictions, some guesses that Timmy is going to be down in the 101 time area.
Right. We think,
curious to see.
We think we're going to see, sub 100.
And he just made this hill look easy.
And he's staying ahead of the dust cloud, so that's good for everybody. And the downhill on this course too is pretty rowdy.
I can't believe how fast he just blew right up that hill after the struggles that we've seen from our last handful of drivers on there.
Right. It's so loose up top that a lot of these guys are just having problem gaining traction, but it didn't seem to be a problem for Timmy.
He floated right over those ledges. All right, I know you guys can't really see it through the smoke screen, but Timmy is coming around this high bank. Our fearless Nick operating the camera there through the dust and the rocks.
Got to go up the RCV wall. And he's headed out the finish line. Let's see what his time is.
That was fast. 98.327. I don't think anybody even guessed. I think 99 was our lowest from Mary Carroll. Holy cow, 98, y'all, from Tim Cameron. That is definitely your new fastest time here on course 1 for the Branding Motorsports Bouncer class. That puts Daniel Heckley with a 1:10 down to 2nd place. But we've got Wade Good on the line right now. I think we're about to watch another pretty epic run. What do you guys think of that 98?
Wade and Timmy are in a points chase, so the pressure is definitely going to be on Wade. We'll see what he's got.
Wade Good is first in points right now coming into this weekend, followed by Timmy and then Daniel Heckley. Dan, do you think Wade can beat that 98.3?
I think he can. He has studied this hill.
Do you think it'll be on the downhill or on the short course?
I think he will probably make up a little bit of time on both the downhill and the short course.
Yep.
But what's gonna tell the answer to that is how well he does on this uphill. So we'll see here shortly. Those rocks right there at the starting line is pretty gnarly. Help slow the guys down, but they're making quick time of it.
All right, he's going straight up the middle. Oh, we got off in the weeds a little bit, but I don't think it was costing him too much time.
Here's the downhill section. It's, like I said, there's a couple of ledges there that's rough. Now, if he wants to make up any time, he's going to have to do it on this short course.
Man, he is moving. You guys can't really see on the screen. I'm looking at him off the trailer over here, and he's just sliding the corners. Having him go right after Timmy, it's definitely some good inspiration.
Wow. It is, and they are getting hammered by rocks and dust. Definitely have to give it to the media guys. He's headed out towards the finish line. Let's see what the time.
That short course sure felt fast for Wade.
It did.
I think he got it.
Barely missed it.
Oh, 9.683.
Still a good run for
Holy
Wade Good.
Cow.
Putting him in second place.
That was a heck of a run from Wade. So that means Timmy's in the lead with a 98.3 now, followed by Wade with a 99.6. And then Daniel Heckley with a 110.
So
I think we've got Colby Wilson on the line. We're going to let the dust settle down a little bit. Regain some visibility out on the track.
And I think we've got some camera damage.
So Colby Wilson, the park owner, Lynette, was up here talking to Matt and I this morning, and she mentioned Colby is a friend of theirs.
Okay.
And he patented, what did she say it was?
Tire valve.
Yeah, the Colby.
Right.
Matt knew what it was. He's like, oh, the Colby valve or whatever they call it.
Right. I met Colby about 5 years ago. We used to race side-by-sides together.
Okay.
And I have not seen Colby in a long time, so it was good to catch up with him this weekend. And he's got his hands on a big bouncer, and he wanted to come out here and show these boys how it's done.
Well, he's out on the course now. This is Colby Wilson. Is he from around here, Dan?
I'm not sure where he's actually from. I know that this park is close to him, so I'm not sure if he's Missouri or Oklahoma
Somewhat
based.
Local. All right.
But he has got a company called Colby Valve, so he patented this valve stem that can basically be installed in a rim. If you were to damage your tire and valve stem, this new valve stem would actually insert into the rim and replace it just to get you back, on the trail and going.
Okay.
So it was a pretty good idea. And
well, he's doing good so far. He's made it through the hard part.
Right, yeah. But a lot of these racers, kind of learned to fix things on the fly, and that was something that I guess came to him on the trail, and he patented it, and it's pretty neat.
Made the most out of it. That's pretty cool. For all of you at home that might have just joined us recently, welcome to Hillside Live. We are at Rush Springs Ranch in Pineville, Missouri this weekend. This is the CRRS number 3 presented by CA Tech. You're watching Colby Wilson out on the course. We are a little over halfway through the Brannick Motorsports Bouncer class, Course 1. We completed Course 1 for our UTV Bounty and youth classes already this morning. Once we wrap up the Bouncer class, we'll take our usual short afternoon break and then be back with round 2 for all 3 classes. So we got a lot still to come today. Fastest time right now in the Brannick Motorsports Bouncer class is Tim Cameron with a 98 and then Wade Good with a 99. Both those guys just laid down those smoking fast times.
Right. I was hoping that we would see below 100 today, but I didn't know what would happen before we reached the middle of the pack.
Yeah. Well, our fastest time was 1:10 for a while from Daniel Heckley. So, all right, Colby Wilson. 149.029. A nice smooth run from him.
Right, and a lot of time that's the goal for some of these guys is just to finish the hill.
Heck yeah.
And, you know, you still don't know what lies in store for hill 2.
That's right.
And, you know, the game could change at any time.
Tiffany Jack was just over here by the trailer. I don't know where he ran off to now. What? Oh, Tiffany called it. Clyde just said that the air filter was clogged up. Tiffany Porter knows her stuff. Okay. Thanks for joining me up here, Dan. We'll see you later. All right. Jay Stort's on the course. Tiffany, they should just put you in charge of this race program out here. Jay also taking the center line up the hill. Pretty much exactly where Wade went. Little jog to the right at the top.
Tiffany called it.
Yep. Tiffany said the air filter's probably clogged up.
Sure was. Sucking it closed.
All right, Jay Storts is into the short course section. We're going to see about getting that water truck out here before we start on course 2 for everybody. Justin Holt with a little tidbit for us that Colby Wilson, who had the previous run, was racing the first chassis that Justin ever built to sell. Pretty cool. What year was that, Justin? Tiffany. Yeah, at least it's air filter's a pretty easy fix, I guess. There's Jay through the finish line. Clyde's on the radio, and then I will get that time of Jay Storts for you guys.
We got like 4 more to go. Also, Jay's time is 123.874.
That was a 123.874 for Jay Storts. I see a familiar teal buggy sitting on the line. Matt Holt is ready to go. All right, Matt is fueled up with snacky snacks. He is full of send. That's my new favorite phrase now. First step is to make it through this rock garden. It's a little gnarlier than it looks, really. All right, phase 1 complete. Come on, Matt. Send it. Release all the send power. More than that. Come on, Matt. Go. Don't let up. Come on, Matt. Well, much to Jack's chagrin, Matt just got further than he did. All right, Matt, come on. Move it. So far, so good. All right, into the short course section now, and he has raced on this before. And Matt likes to say that the faster you go, the more fun it is. So hopefully he's going to have a whole lot of fun out there on the course right now. Keep it moving, Matt. You got to stay ahead of the dust cloud. He's cruising pretty good. Ugh, this course looks so fun. Blasting around that high bank. All right, final leg. Come on, Matt. Up those RCB step-ups, round the CA Tech corner. Through the checkered flag. 186.013 for Matt Holt. I see a bad donkey on the starting line. Kenneth Cozine getting ready to roll. Tiffany, I'm sure it is. I just think it's funny that it ended up being Jack and Matt. Or rather, Matt being the one pushing Jack. Kenneth Cozine, here we go. As far as I know, this bouncer is still for sale, so if you like what you see and you think that you could do this, hit up Kenneth Cozine, and you too could be the driver of one bad donkey bouncer. I believe we've only got 2 drivers left after Kenneth's run is complete for our Brannick Motorsports Bouncer Class course number 1. Then we'll take a short break, try and water the course as much as possible, let everybody grab some lunch. Be back for round 2 for all 3 of our classes today. It's a beautiful day racing here at Rush Springs Ranch in Pineville, Missouri. Thank you guys for joining us online with Hillside Live. Kenneth Cozine is powering through this course now into the final stretch. Nice. And that's a 112.939 for Kenneth Cozine. Matt just like sprinted back over here. You all right?
No way. Oh, yeah. It's a bit of a jog.
Yeah. Yeah, you could have walked.
Yeah, it's a...
Why don't you take a minute there? Take a minute and recover over there, Matt.
That's a lot longer than it looks when you start running.
Why'd you run?
Yeah. You see these times.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you. Just don't break. That was my goal. Don't break.
Hey, you didn't break. You finished.
It is so loose up there.
Is the hill scary?
No, because I watched Jay Storch went right in front of me.
Yeah.
And I feel like he went kind of where Randall was at, and he kind of zoomed up it pretty quick. So I thought, that's my game plan. He kind of rolled up to it and then romped it. So I was like, okay, I'll roll up to it with a little bit more momentum than he did. But hammer down, it is so loose through there.
Yeah.
The top half, you just hold on, and it's just wah, wah, wah.
You're just like, this is Clint Garrison.
Yep. With Garrison Racing.
Uh-oh.
He wasn't here yesterday.
What happened, Clint? Oh, no. Oh, no. Did the Rock Garden claim a victim already?
My time was 186.013. That's my race number, 013. I don't like to brag.
It was meant to be, Matt.
It was. I mean, it could have been a little faster. You know, I'm not saying nothing. What was Kenneth Cozine time? Because that dude was blazing.
Oh,
112.
So, Clint, it seems like it's maybe some sort of electrical issue that he's having. As soon as he hit those rocks.
Sensor came down, something.
Something came undone, something happened.
Yeah.
So if you'll notice, everybody that's out there looking the buggy over is not touching it, because if they do touch it, that means that he received help, and he is, it would be a DNF then, disqualified. So they're all trying to carefully looking over and trying to see, oh, well.
I mean, if you lean on it.
Touching it now.
If you lean on it, you're okay. Like if you're holding a bar to lean on it, you're okay. Yeah, if you're... It's when you start wiggling wires that
start. I don't think he's. It's not looking good for Clint. Which
that
sucks
stinks.
because I saw his Facebook post about all the traveling he and Savannah were doing and how they had to arrange it to get out here. And I mean, I know most of our drivers go through some sort of traveling difficulties and changing your schedule around and staying up late fixing stuff, and it's a lot of work to be committed to the whole season of racing. So really hate it when they come right out the starting line like that and have problems. Danny, our drone pilot, had a prior commitment this weekend.
Wade
so
did
we are struggling on without the drones. We got a little spoiled with the drone footage.
Wade did break our 100-second mark.
Well, yeah, so did Timmy.
Oh, I haven't seen Timmy's time.
Timmy got a 98.
Whoa, Timmy beat him. 98.3. Wow. And again,
they were both flying.
And again, this kind of sounds crazy, but if Timmy and Wade on this long course out here, if they're geared differently, Timmy might be able to go a lot faster top-end wise than Wade, which may help him be able to push. Again, Timmy, has more of a kind of an Ultra 4 car, trophy truck type setup this year, which allows him to go a lot faster in the short. Because he took off, and I thought he's got to just be conservative with his takeoff. And then the fact that
he was a little smoother on the hill.
Yeah.
He just went straight up, and it looked easy. Wade almost looked faster on the short course to me, but it's so hard to tell when they're that close. There's a second apart.
And it's even funnier being inside, because there's times you've been inside like, man, I was smoking fast.
You feel like you were flying.
And then you come back and you're like, wow, I was a minute slower than everyone else.
You watch the video and you're like,
yeah.
What? That was it?
Yeah. You're like, wow, what's this slow guy doing? Oh, wait, that's me.
All right, Brandon Davis is going to wrap up Course 1 in our Branding Motorsports Bouncer class today.
Yeah, it's. I had a pretty lengthy conversation with him this morning about what his game plan was. Go through, the short course, and he says, "I think my buggy will love it." He said, "I love the short course." He said, "It's so much fun to go fast." He said, "I think I will be able to just pin it pretty much the entire time because his buddy will soak up so much of those jumps."
I hope he does.
Little squirrely coming downhill, and he said, "I think I can come downhill as fast as I want through there." And I said, "Well, we all saw you at Rush a few years ago when he launched off that ledge about 40 feet in the air."
Yeah. All right, let's see him unleash on this short course. Ryan Edwards, Clint really had been on a roll this season.
He has.
Moving into the big bouncer, he was doing an awesome job. Hopefully he can get it figured out and be able to at least finish course 2 for the day. I'll fill you guys in. Oh, there he is. I was like, since you can't see anything but dust.
He is absolutely flying through those jumps. You can see Nick there in the bottom just getting sprayed with dust and rocks today. That guy deserves a medal. And it handles so smooth being the IFS. It just soaks so much stuff up.
Wonder what it feels like to drive it. .601.
Fast time.
That is a good enough for a third place
wow.
spot. Brandon Davis just holding down that number 3 spot. Oh, Mr. Consistency.
So, all right, we're going to throw our leaderboard up there, run through our times. We've got Timmy Cameron sitting on top with that 98-second, literally 1 second, less than 1 second difference between Timmy and Wade. Brandon Davis squeaking out that third place. Daniel Hecker coming in 4th. Kenneth Cozine coming in 5th. Jay Storch coming in 6th. Random Coots coming in 7th. Justin Wills coming in with a 7-8 with a 9th. And then I rounded out 10 spots. 10 spot.
Look at you, Matt.
Trenton Radcliffe,
Top
Jack Porter,
10.
and Clint Garrison all ended up with DNF. So, unfortunately for those guys, we had a few DNFs, some wreckage, some rollover. I'm sure Clint's going to get his fixed. We got a little break now, so Clint, I'm sure, will hop on his.
Taylor, what's our time frame for coming back? All
right.
right, guys. So don't go too far. We're going to take about a 20-30 minute break, try and get this track watered, let everybody get their stuff back together,
Piece
hopefully.
back together. Get some snacky snacks.
We will be back for round 2 for all 3 classes pretty shortly.